Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this year's Winter Music Department concert. Before we begin, I do want to take a moment and say a few words. Today, our Fairbanks family lost one of its community members. Chris Liddy, our 9th grade girls basketball coach, passed away at his home. Our deepest condolences are with Chris's family. He has made a tremendous impact on our athletes, program, and school. Please join me in honoring Chris in a moment of silence. Thank you. Please keep Chris, his family, and his friends in your thoughts and prayers. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Alborn.
Hi, everybody. Well, I'm glad we have a full house tonight. Sorry about the extra chairs, but I'm glad we've got plenty of seats, and so if you do, especially people over there, if you see people trickling in, please feel free to direct them over here so that they can have somewhere to sit. And if you're standing over there, please know you're more than welcome to come sit. To get started tonight, we have our 6th graders here for you. And these 6th graders have come quite a long way from the couple of concerts 5th, 6th grade parents that you saw last year. They are playing their very first full piece of music for you tonight, which you will see at the end of their program. But we're also going to be playing a couple quick tunes such as Jolly Old St. Nicholas and Up on a Housetop. So without further ado, if you would give it up for our 6th grade band, please. All right, and for our final piece with the 6th grade this evening, we have a little piece called Winter Winds. And as I mentioned before, this is their very first, true piece of sheet music that these kids have gotten to work on. And it is actually not just one page of music, it is 2 full pages of music. And so they really rose up to the occasion here. So you'll hear lots of different parts happening. They really had to get used to going from, oh, everybody's playing the same thing as me, to, oh, the clarinets have something different from the flutes, and even the clarinets have 2 different parts. Trumpets have something, lots of different percussion things going on, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank Kyle for stepping in. As you all know, we've had lots of sickness. We've had some unfortunate illnesses, because it is that time, that flu season time of year. But Kyle, thankfully, was willing to step up and play bass drum for us in the 6th grade band. So he is a little bit taller than the rest of us. All right, here is Winter Wind. So, another round of applause for the 6th grade band. That was a tricky piece, and they learned it. Was it only a month and a half that you guys had that? Yeah, sounds about right. So, they did an awesome job. Well, while we get set up for our 7th and 8th grade band, I was approached by one of our flute students in 6th grade asking, hey, could I do a solo Mr. Allhorn? And I was like, yeah, we can figure that out. So, Kylie Emmons, while we transition, is going to play a little song that she's been working on called Welcome to Wonderland. So, while we go ahead and move our 6th grade and have them set instruments on the stage and then get our 7th and 8th grade set up, Kylie will be performing. So, please welcome Kylie up here. next up we have our 7th and our 8th grade band. And before we get started, our very first piece is called 3 Carols for a Celebration. And I wanted to just recognize a few of our soloists. So, we have 3 different carols that we'll be playing. The first carol is O Come All Ye Faithful, which will feature Elise Phoenix on oboe and Brody Powell on flute. The next carol we'll be playing is Silent Night, featuring Ann Irvin. And then for our final carol, we'll have Kaylin Archer, Grace Stoltz Parent, and Conrad Reedman featured on Angels We Have Heard on High. So they'll be coming up to mic during the middle of the piece, so don't be alarmed if you suddenly see students standing up. It's just to switch around here. So, without further ado, here is 3 Carols for a Celebration featuring the 7th and 8th grade band. Will you all just play a B-flat really quickly? The second of your instrument, ready, 2, 3. All right, for our next piece, we have another traditional piece. This is the Holly and the Onion. All right, well, so for our final piece, it's definitely their favorite one. If you have a 7th or an 8th grader at home, I'm going to guess you've probably heard talk of Santa the Barbarian. Have you told your parents about it? Yeah. Some of you, yes. Some of you know. Some of you could be surprised. All right. Well, either way, our final piece is one called Santa the Barbarian, and it's a reimagining of Santa if he was a barbarian. And we were fortunate enough this semester to have Bree Westendorf as a peer collaborator in our classroom. So she helped us warm up. She helped do things. If I needed to step aside and fix an instrument, she would work with the students. We would flip-flop every once in a while. And it was really great to have her. And unfortunately, she's taking a class next semester, so she can't be with us again. But we are very grateful to have her. And there is a little bit of narration that comes with this piece. So we've invited Bree to be our narrator for Santa the Barbarian. So, hope you enjoy.
Long ago,
Another round of applause for our 7th and 8th grade band. Alrighty, so 7th and 8th grade band, you can go drop your instruments and quietly make your way back. And here comes the high school choir with Miss Cooper, so I will let her take the stage.
So while we continue getting set up with our percussionist joining us, on our first piece called African Noel, I want to give you a little insight as to how a daily rehearsal might go in choir. So African Noel, these young musicians in front of you learned the entire thing on their own. I give them their starting pitch, so we break it down by rhythm syllables, so you'll hear like ta-dee-ta, ta-dee-ta at the beginning. Then you'll hear ta-dee-me, dee-me. So they learn all the rhythm on like a chant type approach. Then I strip down the melody line and they learn their notes by solfege, so then they sing it on do, mi, sol. Then they learn it as a section, then they kind of put it together, then I give them their words, then they learn their words within the rhythm, and then it's like a beautiful masterpiece at the end. So I have very little involvement other than giving them the correct tools on how to approach the music. But between the section leaders and all of them, taking on those tools and learning how to accomplish all that goal. So they learned this one all on their own. Here's African Noel, and I'd like to thank the high school percussionist members as well for accompanying us.
Sing Noel, deck the halls, and then some classical pieces thrown into the mix that you will recognize.
As we finish up here, our high school band is our last group to perform tonight, but before I do so, just a few acknowledgments. None of this happens without a great and supportive administration, so a thank you to our Board of Education, Mr. Adam Sherg, our superintendent, Mrs. Janelle Chapman, our high school principal, Mrs. Teresa Goins, our middle school principal, Mr. Logan Dunn, our athletic director, and Mr. Larry Morris, our dean of students. If you could give them all a round of applause, please, and thank you for all their hard work. Thank you to my co-worker, Ms. Teresa Cooper, as well. If you could give her a round of applause, please. As always, none of this happens without great support from our music boosters, so if you are interested in helping support our music boosters in any way, please send an email to fairbanksmusicboosters@gmail.com, or you're welcome to talk to me or Ms. Cooper, and we can put you in contact with our booster organization, which is currently led by Mr. John Berger. As I mentioned before, Bree Westendorf was my peer collaborator for 7th and 8th grade band, but also in high school band. Leah, will you wave? Leah was my peer collaborator for 5th grade band and is coming back for next semester as well. So a big thank you again to them, if you would give them a round of applause. And finally, just a thank you to Jim Clayton, Bill Dellinger, and the rest of our custodial team for all of their help keeping this facility clean and for assisting with setup and teardown. So without any further ado, are we about ready, high school boys? Think so? Okay. Well, we are going to get started with our final 3 selections, one of which, well, hopefully all of which you're going to recognize. The first one is 3 sweets from the Nutcracker. So, even if you didn't get to go downtown and see the Nutcracker this year, we're bringing a little piece of it here to you today. Go ahead and play a little clap, please. Prepare your 4, ready, and 3. Changing up the pace a little bit for our next piece. This is Candlelight Carol. It's a slow, beautiful piece that was originally by John Rutter, but arranged for band by Jay Dawson, and you will hopefully recognize some of the tunes. So here is Candlelight Carol. Well, for our final piece this evening, we have one that you heard last year, but I like bringing it back because I think it makes for a fun little tradition. So, last but not least, tonight we have Sleigh Ride. After the concert, any help that we can get with stands, chairs, percussion equipment is greatly appreciated before you head out the door. But thank you again for being here tonight. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday Season, and on behalf of myself and Mrs. Cooper, we are very, very lucky to teach all of your children. We're very grateful for that this season. So, thank you again, and have a great night.